I'm not gonna lie, guys. It is absolutely scorching hot in here right now. It's scorching hot. But I had a lovely day. I hope everyone has had an absolutely lovely day as well. This is the first time me actually noticing this message that pops up. Yeah, let me go ahead and put that on still. I don't know why it's still rotating. Let's get you to yeah, right there. Yeah. Hope everyone had a lovely day. Let me get this right. What am I doing, bro? Like, why do I have the light on? Sincerely hope you guys have had a lovely day. Um, my day didn't start off the best in the best possible way, but as the day progressed, it just got better and better and better and better and better and better. And I'm grateful for today. It was a day filled with lessons. It was another day that I'm grateful for. Another day above ground. As you guys know, there are no guarantees. There ain't no guarantees. So be grateful for the little wins that you do get in life. I don't know why it's so hot in here, but I took my AC down, and I'm actually gonna remove this AC from like this premises permanently. Wintertime is coming, so yeah, I'm just gonna tough it out until fall comes and winter and all of that sort of stuff. So I should be fine. But yeah, let's get into the topic and what it is that I wanted to discuss today. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. It's almost as if it's a forgotten word in today's vocabulary. I'm not quite sure how things were back in the old days, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't this extreme. Sometimes you ask yourself, why do people even bother getting into a relationship with someone if they know they're not going to commit themselves to that person? What is the purpose of it? Or if you want other things, why don't you discuss it with your partner? I.e., you want maybe you don't want it to be monogamous, right? You want it to be something where, you want like, what's that other term? I don't even remember the other term, but something where it's like, you're married to multiple wives. I should remember the term, but I don't quite remember it. Someone's at polygamy. There you go. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Polygamy. You're absolutely right about that. So if you do want a polygamous relationship or whatever it is, maybe discuss that with your partner. But if you decide that, listen, monogamy is what it is, monogamy is what we're going to do, then just be loyal to the person that you're with and be honest with the person that you're with. I don't think that's too difficult of a concept. However, the times that we live in, it's almost as if it's a weakness. It's almost as if you're trusting people at the detriment of yourself, which is really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Let me get into some of these questions before I continue. You see the last movie, The Goat Life? I did not see that movie, unfortunately. Luffy, I don't even know who's in that movie, but I appreciate you asking. I'm probably gonna have to open this window at some point because it is scorching hot. When did it get so hot today? That's New York weather for you. 1 minute is cool, and then the next minute it's hot like this. Does this go up any higher? Times, I could dive into situations myself where you'll be even talking to someone and not even know they're in a full relationship outside of what it is that's happening with you and that person. You'd be completely oblivious to the fact that yes, that person has a significant other somewhere else, or someone else that they're stringing along for the ride. And you may think to yourself, well, we had such a great time together. You know, we're in such a great vibe, but that person already has pre-committed to something else or someone else. Like I've seen it countless times, right? You don't even know, and sometimes you even interact with them intimately, right? And not even know that yes, this person is in a relationship with somebody else. Yes, they got somebody else. Yes, you ain't the only one. But yeah, it's things like that and experiences like that that people do have that makes them right. So when you're starting to deal with that and you see, all right, multiple times you're dealing with different people and you're seeing somewhat of the same characteristics, right? And it doesn't really have much to do with you, right? You just see that, yeah, all right, cool. Well, these are just the times that we live in. And you think to yourself, "Well, what's the point of me actually really being loyal? Is loyalty really a dying art? Like, why do I need to be loyal to people when the culture is the complete opposite, right? And this doesn't necessarily just, it's not just exclusive to only relationships, right? Only in relationships, but like at work and various other places as well. I may have to open this window. I don't know yet. Hey, did you eat my fish, Dad? Huh? Not entirely sure what it is that you're saying, Mr. Fish. Hi. Tell me, dude. You see the last movie, The Goat Life, or not? No, I did not. I'm sorry. I didn't see that movie. Are we talking about your nose today? Um, yeah. Okay. Uh, who are you? Says a Mandarin letters. I'm not entirely sure how to read that, but yeah. This is cryptic reasoning on AJ Harris. Welcome, one and all. Yeah, Matt. Who? I don't know what you're saying. George Washington says they always lay it down like that. They just don't hide it anymore. That George, you know what's crazy? George Washington. And that's ironic that your name is George Washington as well. So, you telling us about how the days were back, how things were back in the day, that might actually be accurate. That might actually be accurate because I don't know if you guys remember. I did. Nice to meet you as well. Nice to meet you as well. But I remember I did an episode a few weeks back, right? And I was talking about. I don't remember if it was. Yeah, I think it was live. I went live and I talked about this one situation, right? It's actually two situations, right? One where this guy was married for 50 years. He was married to his wife for 50 years. And they had 3 kids together. And 50 years later, he went to court because he decided, hold on, these kids don't look like me. These kids are ugly, right? This is what he was saying. This is what he's literally telling the judge, that these kids do not look like me. These kids are ugly, right? So he goes to the judge and, he gets the DNA, and the results came back and the judge read it one by one. None of them were his kids, right? But the same lie that she was telling, years ago were the same lies that she was reiterating in the courtroom. And it's like, after all of that, she's like, hey, please don't leave me. After all of that, you know what I mean? How would you feel in a situation like that, knowing that you dedicated practically 3/4 of your life, right, to this person who just doesn't have any amount of loyalty to you, right? And is still willing to kind of commit. And it's not just women that do this, right? Like, you do have some guys that do this as well. But yeah, this is an indictment against, anyone in particular. But it's just the times that we live in. Like, are people being foolish these days for being loyal? Or on the flip side of that coin, is it one of those things where, you know what? Don't allow people outside of you to change who you are at your core. Meaning, if you're a loyal person at your core, then be who you are. Right? Don't allow people outside of yourself to change you into what they believe that you should be. Just be who you are. Let's get into some more of these questions as more people come in. It was a beautiful day today, guys. It really turned out well towards the end, I must admit. What's cryptic? Big up yourself. Nice to meet you. Edit says, "What would you do when you okay so he said yes would go?" What would you do if when you okay so he said yes would go? I'm edit x beans edit dot x bean ss. Please, if you don't mind, maybe use Google Translate because there might be some discrepancy or some words may be lost in translation. But I don't quite understand what that question is, to be completely honest with you. And I don't want to guess what it is that you're saying. So, with all due respect, please, looks like you're a lady. If you don't mind, please just reword that question or type it into Google Translate and then just update it and just send it back through so that I could answer that openly and honestly, as open and as honest as I possibly can. Hold on, let me sort of back up a little bit. Guys, it is hot. Okay. I'm not even going to read this one. Hide this user from the channel. Hey, yo, says Keem Nathan. What's up? It happens all the time. It always has, says George Washington. Remember me, BL, says GKP. I don't. I don't. But big up yourself either way. And thank you guys so much for joining us. Guys, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the algorithm if you guys are liking and subscribing. I sincerely do appreciate that. So yummy, so yummy. Came Nathan says, "Hey yo." All right, cool. We're not gonna be talking about that tonight. D. Eton says, "What's good, mud?" Yeah, the lingo y'all be using these days is crazy. George Washington says, take people for who they are, for who you know they are. That's actually some really sound advice, George Washington. Take people for who you know they are. Just allow people to prove to you or allow people to show you who they are. And when they do show you who they are, believe that this is who they are. I think oftentimes what we do in a lot of these situations is that we keep painting the picture for ourselves. We keep telling ourselves what we think we know about this person, but this person hasn't really proven that this is really who they are, right? We keep telling ourselves that this is the person for us, right? We keep telling ourselves that this person right here, they wouldn't do such and such and such and such. But do we really know? We don't really know on a higher level, right? We don't really know on a higher level. But sometimes we do tend to fool ourselves into believing that we do, which is rather unfortunate. But, it is a part of life and you do live and learn. That's just how the cookie crumbles. But thank you so much for that. Take people as they are. That is some sound advice. Thank you, George Washington. This person named GAYYYYYYY put something that's up there that's just pure emojis. Navia Rhodes, how are you today? Well, how are you tonight? How did your night turn out? Because I remember you were telling me that today wasn't that great, but you gave me some of the best news ever today when you shared that with us. Navia Rhodes, guys, has beaten cancer, and that is a remarkable feat in and of itself, and she is so blessed to be alive, right? Now, when you go through something like that and you beat something like that, these little things that happen in life, none of these things should faze you, right? Because you went up against a very powerful opponent and you won, right? Yeah. Um. Yeah. You and your band and your band. There you go. I'm currently on. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. See you later. How do you feel about Hey, we're not going to be talking about that either. What is up? What is going on tonight? Big up yourselves, guys. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel as well. Not just trolling. Do you got abs? I haven't worked out in a while. I definitely have abs underneath some layers, to be honest with you. But yeah, I do need to start getting some jogging in once more. Hashim Kareem 22 says, "What's up, bro? Big up yourself, Hashim Kareem. I do remember you. Thank you so much for joining us, our chat tonight. I appreciate you. Blessings, infinite blessings. Hope you've had a wonderful day. What's the stream about?" Says Natasha Shell. So Natasha Shell, we're talking about loyalty in the modern world, and if we're being foolish for being loyal to our significant others at times like these. So I'm interested in hearing some of your takes on that. Maybe I should put up a poll. Maybe I should put up your poll. I should probably put up a poll. Yeah, I think that would make sense. Um, so I want to ask you guys this question just to see where your minds are. Is loyalty in today's society foolish? So that is the poll. If you guys would be so kind while you're liking and subscribing to the channel, please be sure to cast your vote like you're going to do in November for Miss Harris. Big up yourselves, though, guys, whoever it is that you decide to vote for. What's up, Theodore Huxtable? Theodore Huxtable in the house. Big up yourselves, man. Big up yourselves. And big up to Theodore Huxtable as well. Pizza or burgers? Probably pizza because I no longer eat burgers. Yeah. Damian Phillips says, "Can you give a shout out to my brother? His first name is Nick. His last name is Kerr." Big shout outs to Nick, whose last name is Kerr. There you have it, Damian Phillips. Hope you're having a wonderful night, and big ups to your brother as well. Hashim Kareem says, "Big up, brother. How's everything?" Yeah, Hashim Kareem, big up yourself. I believe I did answer that before. I'm doing well, and I hope you're doing well as well. Dude looks like Marvin. Marvin sometimes. Okay, right. All right. All righty. Pleasure to meet you. Pizza or burgers? Answer that question. Like low key, says Lord Shrek. Love is loyalty, says Golden Code X. Love is loyalty. I could dig that. I could dig that. On some degree, yes, love is loyalty. But is that always the case, though, sir? Or is it that in that brief moment, you no longer love that person if you do decide that you're going to step out or be disloyal? I see what you were saying, though. I see what you're saying. I do. But that could or could not be true as well. Please explain more. What are your top 3 reasons you're going to vote for Kamala Harris in 2024? I think she has what it takes to unite. I think that she's the better candidate for the country going forward. And I think she provides something brand new. So that's why I will be voting for Kamala Harris in November. So there you go with that. There you go with that. Casting your love freely is foolish, says Golden Code X. Casting your love, but being love, being like embodying the characteristics of love, is that the same as casting love? Because I feel like love is, a core part of why we're here. Love played a big role in us being made. Love played a big role in a lot of times people's parents having them. You know what I mean? But yeah, but love, I feel like if people started to embody the characteristics of love, like more people, not just some people, Yeah, yeah. I think casting your love wouldn't be as foolish as you are saying it is right now. But I get what it is that you're saying. It makes a lot of sense. Vote for the best new Taco Bell menu item. Unfortunately, I'm good on that. Assalamu alaikum, says Small D. Big world. I don't have a significant other. I am celibate for the last 7 years. I'm practicing self love, not a sexual thing, says Natasha Shell. Well, Natasha, big ups to you on your journey. And I wish you all the best on that journey. Yeah, and thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate that. Navia Rhodes says, good. Oh my God, I'm a mod. Yes, you are a mod, Navia Rhodes, and I feel like you've earned that. And a lot of times, like I said, if you see your name is highlighted, that means I actually want to build with you, like as a person, as an individual. And that means I'm grateful for you supporting the channel, over the weeks that we've been going live. And once the channel grows, I want to be able to, tap in with you guys and be able to have you guys highlighted, right? Because we're not always going to get to all of these messages. So once we do have your names highlighted, right, it would make sense that, we'd be able to see those things. So, yeah, that's really not just you just being a mod, but it's a badge of honor. So, yeah, thank you so much for being you. Sincerely appreciate it. Damn, your hair is majestic. Thank you so much, Ryan. I appreciate that. Burgers over pizza, says Winter Sleepers. Ban the person who says burgers over pizza, says Ryan. Life is complicated. Don't let it confuse you, said George Washington. It's complicated on one level, but it's simple on another, right? Like life is just for living, right? And it gets difficult sometimes to just observe while your ego is being hurt. So I get it, right? But this is just a question I'm asking, right? Like, this isn't something where I've been recently in a relationship or anything like that. But this is just based on some things that I do see. And some things that I have experienced in the past as well. But but more so things that I'm witnessing right now. Timothy Santiago says 12:04 a.m. in New York City. It's 12:08 a.m. in New York City at the moment. But thank you so much for sharing, Timothy Santiago. Loyalty to your girl is a top priority, but be careful who you trust to be loyal to. Sound advice, winter sleepers. I appreciate that sound advice, my guy. Remarkably said. Guys, make sure you are subscribing to the channel as well. I sincerely do appreciate that. Timothy, thank you for updating us on the time again. Left wing, right wing, same bird. It's an illusion of choice. Absolutely, Natasha. I can understand what it is that you're saying. Yeah, yeah. There's a degree of truth to what it is that you're saying. I'm not gonna sit up here and cap to you. But there comes a point when you have to exercise your right if you are living in a democratic society. You know, exercise your right to vote. Why not? You know what I mean? Because one has to seemingly be a little bit better than the other in your eyes, right? Until we come up with a better system, why not? Why not be a part of that? Be a part of it. Winter Sleeper says the Kamala Carousel only available at Taco Bell. Casserole. Okay. Hi, it's me again. I only changed my profile pic, says Sarah. Hello, Sarah. A pleasure to have you here again tonight. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm seeing everything right. Wow. A lot less foggy now, isn't it? A lot less foggy. George Washington says, oh, yeah, Sarah, by the way, it's a very beautiful profile picture, by the way. And thank you so much for coming back. I sincerely do appreciate that. Guys, our subscribers are climbing. I think tonight, guys, we ought to set a goal. And here we are, 25 minutes in. And I would like for this channel to be at 570 subscribers by the end of the stream. So guys, if you haven't done so already, it is absolutely free. Absolutely free. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. And it really does help the algorithm, and it really does help our channel. And I sincerely appreciate the person that just subscribed and the other people that will subscribe. Let's get it. Let's get this channel up to 570 subscribers by the end of the night. I know we could do it. I know we can. George Washington says, the thing that you are trying to figure out are not meant to be understood. Just live. Absolutely. Right. So that goes back to what I was saying, right? When you were saying life is complicated, don't let it distract you or something along those lines. Yeah, life is just for living. You know what I mean? So that's the simple part about it. So it can be complicated if we allow it to be complicated. But as long as you're living and, you know, as long as you're living, you're alive. That makes no sense, but it makes a lot of sense at the same time. As long as you're living, you're alive. Isidro Diaz says, hola, saludos desde Puerto Velatra, Jalisco, Mexico. Big up to all of Mexico. Thank you so much, Isidro Diaz. I appreciate you being a part of this stream tonight. Thank you. Smash a like over there, hombre. And I appreciate you being a part of this stream tonight. Hope you're having a blessed day. Hope you at least understand some of what it is that I'm saying, but I do appreciate it. I'm honored that you decided to join our live tonight. I appreciate you. You are a good man, says King Boss. King Boss, thank you. I appreciate it. I think you're a good man as well. Hello, Sarah, says Navia Rhodes. Yeah, Navia, I think we should add Sarah to the team as well. She's always showing loyalty as well. So let's go ahead and add her as a moderator as well. I just want to keep track of everyone that supports this channel, because in the future we are going to be doing some big things. Yeah, and I just want to know who's been supporting the channel from day one. So this isn't something where we're just going to give out moderations to everybody, but definitely the people who are loyal, I do want to build a team with them. Here we go. Loyalty wins your peace in the grave. Those you gave it to may not remember, but you will always have your own dignity. Loyalty wins your peace in the grave. Thank you so much for subscribing as well. But when you say loyalty wins your peace in the grave, I think I would like for you to elaborate, because I could have my own interpretation of what that says, of what it is that you're saying in terms of loyalty wins your peace in the grave. Do you not find peace until you get to the grave after being loyal? Is that what you're trying to say? And thank you by the way for subscribing. I sincerely do appreciate that. We are climbing in subscribers, guys. That's wonderful. But yeah, we definitely want to get to 570 subscribers by the end of the stream. And I appreciate you guys. You guys are making a great effort pushing towards that goal. And I appreciate every single one of you for doing that. Yes, looks better, says Sunshine. Loyalty to what, says Dude Bro. Dude Bro is a wicked name. I mean, wicked good, right? Wicked good name. What's up, Dude Bro? Bro, dude. Loyalty to yourself, loyalty to your significant other, and loyalty to your friends. It's loyalty in general. Like, is it foolish to be loyal? I would say, guys, yeah, George Washington is right. Be careful who you are loyal to. Don't just give out your loyalty all willy-nilly like that. Allow people to earn it. You know, but still, you know, if you are a loyal person at your core, don't change because other people around you are disloyal. Don't be like them. Be yourself, but at the same time, you don't need to be around everybody. You don't need to be giving that to everybody. But those people who you honor, those people who you're obligated to, those people, when I say obligated, those people that you've made a commitment to, be loyal to them. It's okay to be loyal, right? Don't get lost in the sauce and be like everyone else everywhere else in the world. Not even everyone else, but most people, right? Loyalty is everything. If I can't trust you, then I can't deal with you. Loud enough. Say it loud enough for the people in the back. If I can't trust you, then I can't deal with you. There's degrees to that as well. We could elaborate a little bit more on what it is that you just said. If I can't trust you, I can't deal with you. So there are times that you're gonna deal with people that you don't trust, i.e., at work, right? I.e., if you are a business person, right? Because you're gonna find lots of different types of people when you're doing business. You're gonna find lots of different type of people when you're at work. Some people are just, I want to say, not good people, but some people just don't have good intentions for you, right? And you have to recognize that quickly and deal with it accordingly. Don't put yourself out there when you know this person can't be trusted. Don't put yourself out there and reveal certain things when you know this person is going to go behind your back and say this, that, and the third, right? Identify those people that show you who they are and step away from those people. But deal with them professionally because you might work with them, or deal with them professionally because, hey, they may be a client or something of the sorts, right? So, yeah, it's crucial that, I do get what it is that you're saying in terms of loyalty. When you say loyalty is everything, if I can't trust you, then I can't deal with you. I get what it is that you're saying, but there are times when you do have to interact with people that, depending on what it is that you do want out of life, right? You're going to interact with people that may not be loyal, right? But just be able to identify those people. But that loud enough, that was a brilliant statement. I'm doing good. Thank you, Nevere. How are you? Winter Sleeper says that guy sending you the time showed that there is a 4-minute delay from chat to your stream, says Winter Sleepers. Maybe, I don't think it's necessarily a 4-minute delay. It could be. It could be a 4-minute delay, but I don't think it's that much. It might be like a 2-minute delay. Because I don't necessarily read the questions as soon as they pop up. Because as you see it right now, so somebody just said something, I might spend 30 seconds, 40 seconds, a minute, maybe 2 minutes, sort of elaborating on what it is they said and just sort of dissecting it. So there's that as well. So, but thank you so much, Winter Sleepers. I appreciate that. What's your thoughts about anxiety, says Sunshine? I feel like anxiety, a part of anxiety comes from an overactive mind, and sort of the inability to just sort of silence the mind and just, you know, just remain calm and go inward, right? Just observe the thoughts as opposed to identifying with the thoughts. Once you're able to kind of sort of detach a little bit from your emotional attachment to those thoughts that you've been having, or that you have, then you'll start to at some point deal with your anxiety, in my opinion, right? But yeah, that's one thing that you could try. But my thoughts on anxiety, I mean, at some point or another, most people are going to experience some form of anxiety, right? But you don't want to stay anxious for too long. Like, it's not healthy to stay anxious for a long time. So those are my thoughts, Sunshine. Big up yourself, Sunshine, and thank you so much for asking. Morning, Granddad. Have a nice day, says SH12. Big up yourself. I'm happy that I'm cancer-free. I'm happy that you're cancer-free as well. Social anxiety, says Sunshine. Somewhat the same. Just when you're like sort of like in a social setting, you have to realize that those people are people too. Like, they're no different from you. Like, despite whatever judgments that they do have, and I think I did kind of allude to this, I believe, in yesterday's stream. Like, social anxiety. People are just people, and people's perception of you shouldn't matter as much as your perception of yourself. And everyone's going to have a different perception of you. Everyone's not going to have the same perception of the same things, right? So, and that's okay, right? Let them perceive you how they choose to perceive you. Just focus on the things that you can control, right? And just live your life. That's it. Lo says, I will sub. Lo says, I will subscribe. Thank you so much, Lo. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for subscribing, Lo. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Onete. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Haha, I'm in Mexico, but I'm from Pasadena, California, says Isidro Diaz. Big up to yourself over there in Mexico, man. You had me spinning in circles just now because I'm like, yo, this guy is typing to us in English. I hope he understands what it is that we're saying. But yeah, it sort of occurred to me that I was like, oh, he doesn't really understand what I'm saying. So why is he hanging around? So I did raise some suspicion, but oftentimes I'm not going to show that I was suspicious of you. I was on to you, Mr. Diaz. Thank you so much for joining us. Makina Win says hi. Hello, Makina Win. Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing. We're up to 15 likes, guys, and we've had 5 new subscribers since we started the stream. And since I asked around 11 minutes ago, you guys have been subscribing, so I really appreciate that. Let's keep that momentum going. I know we could get up to 300 and let's do 372 tonight. I think we could do 372. Hi, Makina Win, says Navia Rhodes. Josh R says, loyalty to whom? Josh R, I don't want to keep going back. But yeah, so loyalty in general, right? Like loyalty to your significant, let's just focus on loyalty to your significant other. Yeah. Let's just focus on loyalty to your significant other or just loyal in general. So I'm going to read the results for the poll, guys. Is loyalty in today's society foolish? 45% of people have said yes. 45 said it is foolish. And 55% says no, it is not foolish. Thank you guys for voting. Out of the 47 people that have voted thus far, those are the results. I hope you guys are going to cast your vote for Kamala Harris and she gets the majority of the votes as well later. Let's see how that goes. But who knows, right? Who knows? All right. I always have trouble closing this thing out. I never understand it. I never do understand it, but it's cool. Let's get back to some of these questions. Friendly reminder, restock your fridge with cheesecake. That is all. Thank you. Josh R says, only be Josh to family and friends over 5 years who've been there. Only be loyal is what Josh was trying to say. So he put loyalty in there. Anxiety comes from not being in control of your thoughts and emotions, says Josh R. Brilliantly said. Thank you so much. I definitely need to work on not giving too much of myself to people who aren't appreciative in my best interest, to going out of my way to help. Unlocking paradoxes. That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. I'll co-sign that. I can co-sign that. I think too much empathy can cause self-harm. I hope that all is well with everyone here. Unlocking paradoxes. Thank you so much. Very brilliantly said. I do appreciate you for being here tonight as well. Unlocking paradoxes. I fully agree. Too much empathy could become harmful if you're giving it out to the wrong people. That's according to Sarah Love. Josh R says, there's a balance of empathy and apathy. Too much of either can be harmful. Too much of anything is never a good thing. Well said, Josh R. Well said. I have severe anxiety, says Unlocking Paradox. Says, and social anxiety and PTSD. Well, he said it's severe. Now let's elaborate. But I try my best not to let it cause me to be negative to others. You try your best. That's wonderful. Have you ever tried meditating? Have you ever tried to kind of sit there and just observe your thoughts? Right? Just observe it without emotion, without sort of going in toward it and sort of matching the vibration of your thoughts. Just observe it without judgment, let it pass through, and move on. I think that's one way you could kind of deal with it. You know what I mean? Mason says, won our preseason game 102 to 89, and I got 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. And my second double-double. Big up yourself, Mason. Those are some wonderful stats, man. And congratulations. And fouls were 3 techs and 2 personals, 1 taunting. Wow, okay. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. Unlocking Paradoxes says, I've always been the type of person that has so much empathy sometimes. I neglect to take care of myself. I can relate. I've been in situations like that in the past, but I've evolved beyond that. I've evolved beyond that. Because if you don't take care of you, Unlocking Paradoxes, you won't be of any use to anyone else, right? So, in terms of the people that I will sacrifice, everything so that those people are okay, I think you kind of give that level of empathy towards to your children, and if needs be, to the people that you love the most. You know what I mean? But I get precisely what it is that you're saying, right? Because sometimes for some people, like, you just don't want to see them in pain, and you will do anything not to see certain people ever feel any amount of pain, right? You would rather, and it sounds crazy or whatever, but it's like you would rather take it on the chin so that they wouldn't have to feel the pain. So I get what it is that you're saying. Unlocking Paradoxes. Josh R says, I think a lot of people have anxiety based on fear, especially fear of dying, but fear in a lot of aspects that are uncontrollable. I'm sorry. Got to get some it in the system. It's good sometimes. I agree. Got to get some effort in the system. I agree. Right? Sometimes you just got to charge it to the game. You know what I mean? It is what it is, and just keep marching forward. I get precisely what it is that you're saying, Josh R. That's very well said. I understand. I understand what you're saying. Make sure if you're giving yourself to others that your efforts are at least reciprocated. I could dig it. I got the taunting foul by doing the you can't see me. That's funny. Unlocking Paradoxes, I completely get that. If you give your empathy when it's not reciprocated, you're just ruining yourself, running yourself into the ground. I agree, Sarah. Hey, I'm going to hop off. I'm falling asleep. I will see you tomorrow. Navia, have a wonderful night. It was wonderful to get to hang out with you tonight. It was wonderful to see you earlier today, and have a great night. Get some rest, and remember to be kind to yourself, and say something nice to yourself before you go to bed tonight. See you tomorrow. Yeah, I try meditation. I do artwork, skateboarding as well. Sometimes gaming helps as well. Sometimes painting or drawing or skateboarding helps. Right? Right. You just got to spend some time doing, certain things that'll get your mind off your thoughts. And then, sometimes when these thoughts do pop up, just observe them without going in towards them, without identifying with them. Be the observer, You watch UFC, says Dylan Fellini. Not often, to be honest with you. Thanks, everyone, says Unlocking Paradoxes. No, absolutely, bro. Thank you so much. Larry Vanell, I will not be reading that. And, sir, you have earned yourself a ban. Have a wonderful night. And my mic has been stripped from me, CS, my potty mouth. Wow. Okay, Mason. I hear you, Brody. I hear you. Let's go to the poll. Let's see what's going on in the poll. So, is loyalty in today's society foolish? Well, okay. So the statistics have changed. It's shifted ever so slightly. It's now up to 60 votes, and 47% of people now believe that loyalty is foolish, to a 53% who say loyalty is not a foolish characteristic. to have. Liam Davis says 5:30 here in England. In the ice bath before a run. Keeping busy, bro. Liam Davies, big up yourself in the ice bath at 5:30 a.m. Man, that's dedication for you. I definitely got to get back to working out myself. I'm not gonna lie to you. With the work schedule and me doing this as well. But this is me making excuses. I've been thinking about it for some time now. Man, I got to get back to jogging and eating right and doing the things that I'm supposed to do. Yeah, it's about time I start doing those things again. So, thank you so much for sharing, and good luck with everything that you are doing today, my guy. I try to always be loyal, and I definitely think I can. It can be harmful. You're absolutely right. Unlocking paradoxes. Just be loyal to the correct and important person. Liam, watch out for those Scotties. What does that mean? What does that mean? Saying people. Orlando Connor is laughing. My mom is in the hospital. Oh, that's the crying emoji. I thought it was 5 laughing emojis. I'm sorry to hear that, Orlando Connor. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope she's okay, and I hope that you're okay. And sending nothing but positive energy and healing energy to your mom, and healing energy to you as well. Hopefully everything does work out for you and your mom. That's never a good situation to be in. But yeah, keep soldiering on. I wish you all the best. And Jerry says, "What's up, bro? What's happening, Jerry? How are you today, bro?" My brother is 11. My sister is 8. After kickboxing, I go home. My brother is 11. My sister is 8. Okay. This is Orlando. He says he is 15. Okay. And then Jerry pops back up, and Jerry says, "Just okay." Okay is better than not okay, Jerry. My mom is on the floor, says Orlando Connor. Okay. So your mom was on the floor when you got home? And did you take your mom to the hospital? I sincerely hope you're not trolling about this. I do, right? And I just have to say that because sometimes we do get people who say things. All right, guys. I think we're going to start having some sort of age limit because 11, you know, 16, 15, you guys are kind of young. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to hold you. YouTube does ask, is this content for kids? And I always put no, so I don't understand. But it's not that I want to kick you guys out or anything like that. And it's not that any of the content that we speak on is not content that can help you. But it's just I would rather you guys have your parent, with you when you're watching our content. To be honest with you, what's something you wish you could tell yourself at a young age and best memory from doing YouTube? What is something you wish you could tell yourself at a young age? I would have said one thing, but I think no. I'm gonna not say that thing because even though that was a bad thing, it was also a great thing as well. One thing I wish I could tell myself when I was younger is to remain focused. I think remain focused. And my best memory from YouTube is when one of our members, DJ Scoot, was telling me how much my content was inspiring to him, and how it helped him with addiction, and how he's since recovered from certain things that was going on. I think that was one of my favorite moments doing YouTube. I haven't been really doing YouTube for a very long time, but just and also building communities with people all over the world from all different races, from so many different countries, and just being able to get on YouTube and connect with these people, and just that's a blessing, you know what I mean? So yeah, thank you for asking that question, unlocking paradoxes. I think you know what, I also want to build with you as well. So you know what, I'm gonna add you as a moderator as well. I'm gonna add you as a moderator. Thank you so much. Hey, you want to talk about life? Says R.I.P. Frenzy. Sure. Is this a sex talk show? Cause I want to see it. Says Jaden. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's a sex talk show. No, I wouldn't say it's a sex talk show. Nah, Jaden. Jerry says, but we can think as 30s. Hey, I get what it is that you're saying. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like as a parent, you don't even really want your kid to be watching content that of people that could potentially influence them, right? For whatever reason, right? Regardless of how clean that content is, like you kind of want to be there when they're viewing that content, so that you could call, the person on their BS. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things, right? The beast says, I will leave then. Completely understood. Completely understood. Big up yourself. And, when you guys do come of age, you're welcome to come back. Yeah, you should get back into exercise. Good for overall health. Good stress relief. A good time to think, plan, and organize. Keeps me sane for sure. Haha. Big up yourself, Liam Davies. And thank you so much for that. Thanks for the moderator role. I really appreciate. No, I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Yeah, as far as building a team, guys, I do see this channel. I do see what it is that we're building here. There's going to be hundreds, sometimes thousands of people in the chat. And I want to be able to identify you guys, quickly and easily, so that, the people that do can keep sort of keep us focused and keep us on topic, and the people that are contributing to the actual show, I want to be able to identify those people ASAP. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. You want to listen to some music because I've made some. Okay, send some music in the comment section. Unlocking Paradoxes, nice one. Look up Rumors by R.I.P. Frenzy. R.I.P. Frenzy, I'm going to tell you this right now, bro. If you could just comment under the actual video, not in the chat, comment on the actual video so that I actually do remember. You know what I mean? When people are trolling, would you rather they're banned or their chats deleted? It depends on the type of troll. Some of the trolls could be funny. I don't necessarily want you to ban the troll, but yeah, if it's something extremely disrespectful, you can remove it, right? But if it's something that's just funny and then they just like it's just banter, like I'm okay with that. Only if it's like extremely disrespectful or something that's divisive, you know what I mean? But thank you so much for asking, Sarah. I appreciate that. Different roles apply to younger audience. No disrespect intended, especially because YouTube may view your content as harmful when it's being looked at in terms of how it influences. Yeah. I agree with that. Influences the youth. Yeah, I agree with that. So yeah, it's just one of those things, guys. It's no qualms against you guys. But you guys know how this is, right? But big up yourselves either way. When you guys do come of age, yeah, you're welcome to come back. But it's just one of those things, man. Coming from experience, if you do mature gaming, especially YouTube, can be tough on you. If you do mature gaming, especially, okay, YouTube can be tough on you. Okay, I get what it is that you're saying. I get what it is that you're saying. R.I.P. Frenzy says, I bet. Okay, R.I.P. Frenzy, go ahead and drop that. And drop a sub too while you're at it. So yeah, we could link up. Let's see what's going on now in terms of the subscribers. Okay, cool. So we've had 7 subscribers since we've started. And about 30 minutes ago, almost 30 minutes ago. So I did mention that, I would like you guys to subscribe. And, after 30 after about 30 minutes, you guys have 7 of you have subscribed. But we have another, let's say, I think we could do another 10, another 9 or 10 subscribers. But let's just go for 10. Let's shoot for 572. I think we could do 572 tonight. I had problems from uploading certain things from Mortal Kombat and GTA Online. Okay, unlocking paradoxes, i.e., what exactly? Casey Cooper says, if you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me. I will be found by you, says the Lord. Jeremiah 29, verses 13. What do you think of this verse? If you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me. I will be found by you. I think that's a brilliant verse. I think it's a brilliant verse. Yeah, if you look for God wholeheartedly, right? If you look for God. But where are you going to be looking for God? Are you going to be looking out there? Or do you seek God through, are you looking for his spirit? Right? How do you find God? Do you go inward? Do you meditate? Is it through prayer? Are you looking for miracles? Brilliant verse either way. Even though I put my content isn't intended for kids. Okay, I understand. Because you do know the type of culture that we live in these days. Lamar Jackson says, Kyle Nickel. Big up yourself, Kyle. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel as well. Guys, we have just went up another subscriber. You guys are fantastic tonight. I sincerely appreciate that. Does life ever feel like a dream? Says R.I.P. Frenzy. Yes. Yes, it does feel like a dream sometimes. Yes. Who would tell if it really isn't a dream? You know what I mean? Yes. Yes, RP Frenzy, it does. To answer your question. I like that. Cassie says unlocking paradoxes. Hi, dude, says my friend from Russia. Big up yourself, my guy from Russia. I see you changed your profile picture. I only kind of slightly vaguely remember the lettering. That's how I know it's you. So please don't change your name, because you know what, my friend from Russia, if this is my friend from Russia, at some point I do want to make you a mod as well. Because yeah, man, you know, you've been supporting the channel, and I don't care where it is that you're from. You know, you matter here. I think I was a half-eaten donut in my past life. Wow, wowie. Yeah, that's actually funny. Are donuts alive? Is everything alive? Are donuts alive? Who knows, right? That is actually funny. Half-eaten donut. Cassie Cooper says, I find God mostly in the Word of God, which is one of the ways he speaks to us. Do you know his love? Just curious. Is God a he, or is God a spirit? Do I know his love? Do I know God's love? Do I know eternal love? Are we in tune to the vibration of love? Yes. I can't say I do. It probably won't be interpreted the same way that I interpret it. And probably the things that I'm communicating right now may be received a different way than I'm intending to send it out. But yes, I do. Kyle Nichols says, yes, you said my last name correctly. Thank you so much, sir. Big up yourself. I think about life a lot, says R.I.P. Frenzy. Okay. Let's get into it. Let me read this before I get back to Casey Cooper and what she said. I don't know if I'm existing or trying to find my purpose. If I'm just existing, trying to find my purpose. Casey Cooper says, R.I.P. Frenzy, what is your purpose in life? Okay, so that was his answer to that. He says, I don't know. I'm just existing, trying to find my purpose. What do you love doing? What is it that whenever you do this, you feel the most at peace? You're just yourself, you know? You're expressing yourself. You feel a sense of not just calm, but It's just a purity in it. You love doing it, and you don't mind doing this forever. Someone says, I think the debate whether insects and animals possess a soul is ignorant. And I also think that plants are definitely more aware than we realize. And I think animals have language. You know what's crazy about that? I was actually arguing with someone about that is it last week or 2 weeks ago? It definitely wasn't more than 2 weeks ago, right? Because they were saying trees don't have feelings. And I'm like, well, how do you know trees don't have feelings? Is it because you can't communicate with the tree? Is it because you're not in tune with the tree? Right? How do you know that trees do not have feelings? Right? And it was just one of those things, man. I don't know. I just always have sort of conversations with people that don't necessarily understand what it is and are not really trying to understand what it is that I'm saying at times. And I completely understand. It's like, you're boxed into a way of thinking and you have structured thoughts based on ideology and based on maybe previous programming that you choose to just, think within these lines. But there are other people who are objective. There are other people who do look at things as a whole, right? And who to tell if trees don't really feel pain? Is it because their limbs grow back? Is it because they don't communicate with words? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? And animals not having, well, everything is connected to source, right? So yeah, that is a very ignorant thing to say, that animals do not have souls, because how can you prove that? you know I've heard someone say something crazy racist that I'm not even going to repeat on this live right now about black people, and I was 17 at the time, and I was shocked that the person said that. I was really shocked, but it is what it is. Sorry, I just meant to do you have a daily two-way relationship with God. Two-way relationship. Okay, so again, so see, this is this is what I'm saying. So the way that I'm communicating it and the way that you're receiving it is two different ways, right? Because you might be looking at it from the perspective of somebody who is religious, right? I look at it from the perspective of someone who is connected to source, right? I look at it from the perspective of someone who goes inward, not just outward, right? Who goes inward, right? And meditates and seeks the guidance of God, right? As well as look around me to see other people expressing themselves, right? As source, through source, right? Not as source, but through source. And that's how God works. God works through each and every one of us. God works through people. God works through things. God works through situations. God works through circumstances. God works through life. God is life. Right? So God is everywhere at all times, including inside yourself. Right? So when you talk about a two-way relationship, he's not a separate entity from us. Right? God is not outside of us. You don't have a relationship with something that you're not separated for. That only thing that really separates you from that, right, slightly, really, is the ego. Where you feel as if you're separate from source. Where you feel as if you're separate from everyone else. When everything is just one thing expressing itself in different ways. Right? But I'm not saying that we all don't possess an ego. But that's the furthest we're going to get away from it. And it's still connected back to source. Even though it doesn't want to be. We're all still connected, even though sometimes we don't interpret ourselves as being connected. So yeah. Liam Davis says, extension on the life feeling like a dream comment. What do you think about the simulation theory or deja vu or everything happening for a reason? Big up, big up, big up. Guys, I want to stop. Hold on 1 second. Before we get into that, I want to really big you guys up because you guys are definitely pushing up the subscribers. Right now we're at 566 subscribers and we are just 6 subscribers away from our goal tonight. of 572, right? I said between 571 to 572, and I absolutely know that we're gonna get to that point at some point. But Liam, let's get right back into what it is that we're saying. I think that was a brilliant question. Extension on life feeling like a dream comment. What do you think about the simulation theory, or deja vu, or everything happening for a reason? Well, there are a lot of people that do believe that we are living in a simulation. Who to tell, right? Who to tell on higher dimensions what it is that's happening? And maybe that's just our interpretation based on our limited scope and our limited perspective and our limited language of what it is that's really going on, right? But on higher dimension, who knows, right? Who really knows? Yeah, who really knows? Alejandro says, "Great, get it." Okay, Alejandro, thank you so much. I actually have a job, and I actually do this as well. But yeah, see you later. Have a good night. God bless you, says Kyle Nickel. Thank you so much, Kyle, and I appreciate you subscribing to the channel as well. Yeah, I agree. Animals communicate in their own way, but they're often misunderstood, unlocking paradoxes. I like gaming and soccer, says RIP Frenzy. There you go. The only peace I've ever felt comes from God. His peace is amazing. I don't care what I spend my life doing, as long as it's with Him. Okay. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I'm only here for the cat, says Henry Quinn. Ain't no cats in here, brother. I'm not entirely sure where you're going with this. Says Adam Najay, what's your bag specialty? Please rephrase. Birds have the same part of the brain we do that allows us to perceive music. That's why birds make music. But sometimes I wish I could just leave the confines of reality and explore what's out there. But what is reality, though? What is reality? And why do you need to go out there to explore when all you have to do is close your eyes? You can close your eyes and you can travel anywhere you want. Right? You can close your eyes and you could be anywhere you want on another planet if you would like. Yeah, so just use your imagination. Imagine things in the life. Create the reality that you want. R.I.P. Frenzy. That's the big speech. as Pharrell would say. The people that say animals don't have souls usually don't have souls themselves, says Sarah. Two-way send and receive, says Chris. Okay. Casey Cooper, two-way as in you pray and then listen for his answers. Instead of praying and not listening is all I meant. Okay, I get it. Denzel Washington is retiring after his next film. How do you feel about that? I'm okay with it. I think his body of work speaks for itself, and now it's just time for him to just enjoy the fruits of his labor. And if he wants to relax right now at the ripe old age of 70? How old is Denzel? Denzel gotta be 70, bro. Come on, bro. Denzel's been doing this for forever. Hold on. Denzel Washington is 69 years old. He's going to be 70 years old on the 28th of December. Right? So as a 70-year-old man, should a 70-year-old man decide, all right, cool, now it's the time for me to just kick back and relax and just enjoy the fruits of my labor? I don't have any issues with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. But thank you so much, Son Hammer. I will be going to watch that movie as well. But Denzel, yes, he absolutely, if that's what he chooses to do, he has my blessings. He's put in enough work. He's one of the greatest to ever do it, in my opinion. And I just love his art. So yeah, if he does want to retire, man, then I wish him all the best. I wish him all the best. He's given people a lot of memories, right? A lot of childhood memories. and a lot of great memories. So big up to Denzel Washington if that's what he chooses to do. I just know I'm going to watch that movie. When's it? It's coming over. It's coming out November, something like that. I'm going to watch that movie. Gladiator 2. I definitely, I'm definitely going to watch that movie. So guys, yeah, we climbed up, guys. We're up to 567 subscribers. So just what, five away from our goal, and I know we could do it. I absolutely know we could do it. We may even exceed it. So guys, please make sure you are still liking and subscribing. Let me get back to some of these comments, these brilliant comments that you guys have been making. The temporal parietal junction, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, of the brain has been known to have more activity in religious and spiritual people, and little to no activity in atheists and nihilistic people. And if the temporal parietal junction is stimulated, it can cause out of body divine experiences. The creator of the Sims games believes that we could be living in a simulation. I think a lot of people do. It's yeah. There's quite a bit of people who are of that school of thought. Guys, look at my tan line. My tan line's crazy, isn't it? Look at that. It looks like it's two different people. Look, like it's two different people. Yeah. One day I'm just gonna just level all of this out. Like I just rather just be one. Right. But back to what it is that we're saying. In my eyes, hold on one second. Yeah, so the creator of The Sims, right? So the creator of The Sims thinking that we live in a simulation. There could be some truth to that, but again, who knows what happens on higher dimensions, right? Um sort of like how we can perceive like two-dimensional and one-dimensional figures. It's not that we are unable to perceive higher dimensions, but sometimes you have to transcend this dimension in order to really start to understand what's going on higher above ourselves, right? Above this experience that we're having right now. And then a lot of times, guys, look, when we do go inward, the things that the things that are happening, right, that we're observing, like who to tell if those things aren't happening in a parallel universe? Who to tell if those things aren't really you know, us sort of creating an alternate reality or a simulation ourselves, right? Who knows, right? Who really knows? Like how do we really prove that? You know what I mean? So he could be correct about it, but again, who knows? Maybe that's just his interpretation of what it is that's really happening. You know what I mean? But yeah, in my eyes, I like learning of different theories and stuff like you said. Who really knows until it's shown enough times? Yeah, exactly. Facts aren't always concrete. Some change as new data emerges. Yeah, and science as well, right? A lot of these things that we think is just absolute truth. Yeah, it's just a matter of time before someone else reveals something different about what it is that we thought was true. So yeah, you're absolutely right where that's concerned. You can always be leaf in the wind, but sometimes you have to be the tree, says Boostaholic. Okay. Sub, my guy, gotta run. Enjoy the chat. Looking forward to being back. Love. Thank you so much, Liam. I appreciate you subscribing. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing. Liam is the one that got us up to 567. So yeah, guys, five more subscribers, and we reach our goal. So if you haven't done so already, guys, please subscribe and please like the video. We have 99 votes in. Let's get back to what it is that the question that was asked about loyalty. So is loyalty in today's society foolish? 54% of you say no, it is not foolish, to 46% who say yes, loyalty is foolish. Okay. Wow. And thank you so much for subscribing once again, Liam Davis. And I look forward to seeing you once more tomorrow, or whenever in the future you have time to stop by and, we could continue this conversation. R.I.P. underscore frenzy says reality is an imaginative world, but to physically be there is a different story. Therefore, I wish I could do anything or be anyone, but because of the limited abilities in this reality, limit what we do. You know the power of our imagination and the power of the things that are intangible is this, right? So everything that you see, right, that's man-made, right, it comes from the imagination. It comes from the intangibles. So people create, these powerful computers, these powerful phones, these the vehicles, these airplanes, these chips, these devices, these robots. All of these things come from the imagination. They come from the intangible, right? So it's one of those things where, yeah, you can imagine anything, right? And work towards manifesting that, right? So don't put any limitations on your imagination, right? You can go anywhere and be anyone, right? Provided you don't want to actually replace someone else, right? Because we're all just one thing expressing itself in different ways, right? But there's a purpose, there's a reason why we're all here. You understand what I'm saying? Loyalty is foolish, says Yaya Test. All right, okay, let's hear what Yaya Test has to say. Yaya Test says loyalty is foolish in the sense you expect a decent amount of people to have it, but it's not if you only give it to the small few that really deserve it. But in general, for sure, some people fake. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I really do. Training Day will always be one of my favorite movies, and Man on Fire. Yeah, those movies were brilliant. Today somebody actually blasphemed because I was telling them how terrible that one Denzel Washington movie was. The Tragedy of Macbeth. Yeah, that movie was tragic. That wasn't my favorite Denzel movie. So I was having a conversation with somebody, and they wanted to sort of rattle me a little bit. So they said Man on Fire was trash. I said Man on Fire was trash. And so, you know what I mean? But then I realized what he was doing. So we didn't spend too long talking about it. And then he revealed, I just wanted to kind of get you upset. But yeah, Man on Fire is one of the best ones. The Equalizer was great. The Book of Eli was great. Flight was great. I could go on and on and on. Pretty much everything was great except the Tragedy of Macbeth. That wasn't a Denzel Washington role, if I'm completely honest with you. That was not a Denzel Washington role. Asia says, hello, everyone. Sorry I've been missing. My congratulations to you all for the subscribers. You're amazing. Keep putting out great content. Asia, it's always a blessing to see you, Asia. Yes. It's something that I love doing. Just being able to come here every day and just, communicate with people, get their perspective, and just share the same vibration. It's been a wonderful journey, guys. It has, honestly. And I thank you for noticing, Asia. And I thank you for your help as well. And I thank you for being a valued member of our community. And I did miss you. I'm not going to lie, right? I hate to sound sentimental, but yeah, I did kind of miss you a little bit. Yeah, but I'm glad you're here. And you seem like you're doing great. How are you, by the way? Yaya Tess says, Kaka. Okay. Brother, you just have to get on the right frequency. And the real truth of the world that's already inside will reveal itself. Big up to yourself, Yaya Tess. That's a phenomenal way to put it. Super strength theory kind of makes sense, but it sounds absurd if you aren't open to quantum physics being applied to the macro world. Okay. But it's scary to be honest, says Yaya Test. Ghost VR says hi. There was a study that shows the world in itself is alive in many aspects. I could see that. I could see that because there is energy in everything, and everything does vibrate. So, you know, not that those are the only qualifications for life, but yeah, I could see that. You could think of the roads and highways as veins and arteries and cities and countries and organs and systems. Cars, like, I agree with that as well because I also think the same exact thing. I think the same exact thing. Like, every road leads to another road that leads to somewhere else that leads to, you understand what I'm saying? Just like the veins and the arteries in your body. So, unlocking paradoxes, that is a brilliant, brilliant perspective. And I love your perspective, and I would love to catch up with you as well, man. I love the dialogue. I love the questions. I love the answers. I love the way you think. I appreciate that. RIP Frenzy says reality can be both intangible and physical, but with how little people explore imagination, the world goes gray. But what I would like to do is alter reality to make the world greener. You want to alter reality to make the world greener? Perception is reality, so everyone is experiencing reality in a different way. You know what I mean? No two people are really experiencing the same way. And let's not forget that the eye see and the mind perceives, right? So even the things that we're looking at, it's sending signals to my brain, right? And my brain is interpreting it, right? In its own unique way, as your brain is interpreting it in its own unique way, right? Our perspectives are different. The things that we might be looking at and focusing our attention on, those things are different. So yeah, be mindful of that. So he says, so an accident is a blood clot. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yaya Tess says, I learned in life, it really don't matter who you are anymore, if ever. It's all about who you know and what connections you have. That's legit it. Life is crazy. Those things will get you further than being solid. Further in what? Like in a corporation? Sure. I've seen lots of times I've seen nepotism happen. Or people get put into positions that, they didn't earn. Of course. But further ahead in an organization, further ahead in a community, but I don't think anyone is going to be further ahead in your mind than you are. And you could always keep pushing and motivating yourself and creating your own sort of environment, right? That rewards people based on their hard work, independent of what it is that's happening in the world around you. So yeah, be mindful of that as well. But reality altering is impossible. But now due to technical limitations. Okay, I hear what it is you're saying. I hear what it is you're saying. But looking at the roadways from high altitudes, it definitely looks like it's a functioning system. Yaya Tess says, plus people always there to help you when you don't need it and you got it. But when you actually need some shit for real, they ghost. Yeah, I hear that. Look, guys, please make sure you're still liking and subscribing. We're up to 25 likes. We definitely achieved our goal in that aspect. But in terms of the subscribers, right, we wanted to go up about, 19? No, about 17? Something along those lines. So the goal for tonight is going to be, it's still going to be 570, right? So it's not 572. So we still have 5 more subscribers that we would like to get before the stream ends. Ideally 570, but we just always set the bar a little bit higher than the actual target, right? So guys, please, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Neurons in the brain are also connected with the synapses and white and gray matter. The connection is different for everyone. All the different wiring of the brain is unique. We have the same areas of the brain. I gotta bounce, as RIP Frenzy. Big up yourself, RIP. Thank you so much for stopping by. I sincerely appreciate you, and I appreciate your perspective. But the connections are or the collection of all the synopses are always different. Okay. Further in life in general, or just having better odds and opportunities. Yeah, test. That's he's referring to when he's saying further in life. He's referring to the opportunities. Yeah, which makes sense. I get what it is that you're saying. I do understand what it is that you mean. Unlocking paradoxes says how far you go in public's eye is definitely influenced by who you know, but you can most definitely achieve the same things without the audience. Okay. I've missed you guys as well, and I've been wonderful. What about you? Asia, I cannot complain. I can't complain. Yeah, life's been good. Life's been good. Today the morning didn't start off as good as I wanted it to start off, but I still was able to kind of recover from that. And yeah, still ended up having a wonderful day. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for asking. And yeah, I'm glad you're back. I really am. I really, really am. Anyway, guys, I think it's 1:11, right? It's 1:11 right now. Um, I don't want to stay up too late tonight. Right? I don't want to stay up too late tonight. Ideally, kind of doing these streams, I want to go like around 2 hours. RIP Frenzy says I'm back for a quick sec. Okay. While he gathers his thoughts. Ideally, I like to kind of go for about like 2 hours on these streams, right? When I do the late night streams. However, the way how I woke up this morning and sort of like the panic that I was in when I couldn't find like my ID, it wasn't like a crazy amount of panic. And then when I went outside, boom, fat ticket on the car. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was a rude awakening this morning, but I was able to kind of bounce back and do the things that I didn't allow it to ruin my morning, right? So it's always great to, be in control of yourself whenever things outside of you seem to be getting a little hectic, you know what I mean? My apologies for rambling off topic a lot. Just really enjoy this. Feels great being a part of this community. No, I thank you so much, Unlocking Paradoxes. Oftentimes we do start with one topic and then we finish with another. I don't have much of a problem with it. Just as long as we get out what it is that what we initially intended to get out. You know what I mean? So what do you feel about reality, says RIP Frenzy. It's like I told you, man. Everyone experiences reality in a different way. Like my reality is different from your reality. Everyone's experiences are different. How people interpret things are different. So yeah, when you talk about reality and you talk about the limitations, I don't want to fool myself into unrealistic expectations, and I don't want to limit myself by thinking that I'm limited, thinking that life is limited, thinking that source or energy or God is limited. You know what I mean? So because of that, I'm always sort of open to new experiences, right? Within reason, of course. But I'm open to new experiences, and I'm open to learning new things, right? So I realized that the reality, since it's always changing because we don't know everything, it's always changing. So I'm open to a lot of the changes that are happening in reality, right? I don't set myself off or box myself into a way of thinking and think, oh, this is reality. When in actuality, that which I think is reality can be challenged very often. You know what I mean? Sarah says, glad you bounced back. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Thank you. Robin Seplup says, hello. How you doing, Robin? Thank you for joining us. Objective and subjective reality. Your unique upbringing and experiences have altered your perception. Yes, sir. And that applies to everyone uniquely. Yes, sir. Yeah, objective and subjective reality. That's something that we were. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Um, Subjective reality being something that's internal, and objective reality being things that are external, outside of your own personal experience. But yeah, yeah, your unique upbringing has altered your perception. Absolutely right. Your programming has altered your perception. Unless you're able to reset that programming, you know, then you somewhat become a prisoner to your thoughts, or to your sort of boxed in reality. And that applies to everyone uniquely. Absolutely. like like what you do feels about the modern like what do you feel about the modern world, and limitations are set by your own mind, but there are limitations placed on human body to stop us from destroying ourselves. I suppose, but the thing is with the body, though, what you have to understand is that the body is just a house for the soul, right? And for the intangibles, right? For the spirit, right? The spirit is just having a unique experience in that body that you do have. So yeah, there are limitations in this third dimension, right? And not until you really transcend this dimension do you really start to maybe experience what reality really is. You know what I mean? That reality being the imagination that you have, or the consciousness that you have. I'm not entirely sure. It could be anything. It could be an accumulation of all of those things. Your consciousness could be recycled. You could be experiencing that experience, or maybe it's just something that's just happening that you're not experiencing. But I do believe that once you transcend this dimension, much like water, right, that evaporates and condenses, right, the cycle just continues, and energy can't be created nor destroyed. So you're just having a new experience, right? So yeah, I know that was a little bit complicated, but try to stay with me a little bit. We can take genetics from other species, presumably. For instance, the immortal jellyfish, and technically you could extend human life. Okay. But the process of getting there could have a lot of loss. Genetic experimentation won't go well in the beginning. Yeah, yeah, I definitely could agree with that. I definitely can agree with that. But guys, um, I think I'm gonna call this stream a night. I had a very, very fantastic stream with each and every one of you. Thank you guys for being a part of what it is that we do here. I appreciate each and every one of your perspectives. Frenzy says, "Wait a second." Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on you, Frenzy. I'm gonna wait on you. So as of right now, I'm only answering the questions that are coming in, and then I'm gonna end the stream. Wait a second. And there also medicine yet to be discovered. Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of medicine yet to be discovered. You're right about that. Do you got Discord so I can talk about life with you? You could add me on Instagram, right? Instagram 4TUNE4T3. And I also have a podcasting group over there, but it's close to like 5,000 members. So unless you guys like email me, or not email me, but get in contact with me directly through one of those other social media sites, we could talk about life through those avenues as well. Um, But as far as a Discord, I have a Discord. I don't really use it as much anymore, to be honest with you. There is a Discord for Podcasters United, but yeah, I don't really use that Discord anymore, to be honest with you. I think I may have changed the name as well too. But yeah, because I don't use it, it's like I haven't used it in years, to be honest with you. It says sadly I don't have Insta. Does the politicization of science affect your trust in it? Somewhat. Somewhat. Somewhat, yes. Somewhat, yes. Don't be naive. If not, yeah. Um, I don't want to be naive, but yeah, yeah, somewhat. I will say that. Knuckle Dragger. R.I.P. Frenzy says, I am 17. Well, in that case, yeah, you could, in the comment section down here, in that case, we could speak in the comment section. I have no issues with that. But yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Another scary thought is that cloning isn't illegal in all parts of the world. Wow. Dr. Ketchup says same. Same to what? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I see. Yeah, the politicization of science. R.I.P. Frenzy says bet. Some types of sciences and studies aren't legal in the USA. My phone is at 1%, so if it dies before it ends, I'm going to say bye just now to everyone. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the cyber attack that's happening? I think cyber attacks. You know what's crazy about the cyber attacks? I think this is like the new form of warfare, right? Stealing information, hacking, and all of that sort of stuff. I think this is what people kind of use to really devastate economies and sort of expose business data and sort of breach trust and all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think it's really done through the cyberspace, right? I believe is what it's organically referred to as. It's not something that's new. I don't know what's been happening recently, but yeah, it's not something that's new. But one thing I would say is just be careful, guys. People fail to understand, like, even when we take selfies, we don't know that there are people who are able to coordinate exactly where that selfie was taken, exactly where those pictures were taken. They're able to figure out exactly where you were when you took those pictures. And people kind of like drop their location all the time, all sorts of stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, those are things that people need to be mindful of, right? So we think that the internet is all this willy nilly, fairy tale, but it really isn't. It really is not, right? And people could see you, but you can't see them. You know. One thing I will say is learn as much as you can about it. Learn as much as you can about protecting yourself and protecting your assets. And yeah, that's one thing I will say about it. But thank you so much, Asia. That's a brilliant, brilliant question. I really appreciate you. Did you know that we use ceramic sheeps and other animals for organ transplants, and also about ghost organs and how nowadays organs can be grown? I didn't know. Pokemon Go probably is an easy way to track someone, I would imagine. Do people still play that? I remember when there was like back in the mid two was it the mid 2010s, 2010s, or the mid 20 teens? There was a lot of people that were just caught lacking playing that Pokemon game. I never played it, so I don't even know much about it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I could imagine that. I could imagine that. I can imagine that. Well, guys, any more questions? Any more questions, comments, and concerns? He says, laugh my ass off. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Well, guys, had a phenomenal time hanging out with you guys today. I'm gonna try to get some sleep because look, it's closing in on 2 a.m. Shameric sheep are genetically part human. People are doing a lot of things, different sort of things in the lab. I'm a natural kind of guy myself. Yeah. So the organs aren't rejected. Asia says, just keep being wonderful and making amazing content. Thank you so much, Asia. I always appreciate everything that you say and do for us here. The poll has 111 votes, right? So we're going to end it on this, right? So is loyalty in today's society foolish? We had 111 votes tonight, guys. 111 votes. And it says an hour ago, right? And 57% said no, right? Wow, 43% said yes. So out of that 43%, maybe some of those people have been hurt in the past from being loyal. So it seems as if the people have spoken, and being loyal in today's society is not foolish. Thank you so much, guys, for answering that question. Someone says you have some really beautiful eyes, and I say thank you to that, and I appreciate you. Please, guys, if you haven't done so, subscribe. Sarah, thank you. Unlocking Paradoxes, thank you. And the beautiful, beautiful Asia. You guys are all beautiful, really. But Asia, thank you as well. And once again, guys, if you haven't done so, subscribe. Be kind to yourself. Tell yourself something kind tonight before you go to your bed. When you wake up tomorrow, be kind to yourself as well. And just keep your vibrations high, guys. Everything's going to work out one day at a time. Have a blessed one. And we'll catch up tomorrow. Bye-bye.